What is up, guys? Justin here with my finds from week 2 of the 2017 garage sale season. I wasn't expecting a whole lot out of this weekend because it was Memorial Day weekend here in the States, so there wasn't a lot of sales going on with people being out of town and traveling and stuff. But I'm looking at everything now, and I'm about ready to say that this weekend actually turned out even better than last weekend, despite only having half as many sales to go to, if that. So I didn't have my phone out filming anything on Friday. There was like 5 sales on my list to go to. I think we hit up a few more that we saw along the way. But for only having a handful of sales, we found quite a bit of stuff on Friday. So I'll go through that quick here, and then I'll roll the video that I took on Saturday morning. So Friday morning, I believe the first or second sale we went to, we walked up there and saw this sitting there, a Game Boy Advance carrying case with a $3 price tag on it. So I picked it up and I felt it. I was like, okay, there's something in here, and expecting it to be the system, obviously, but it wasn't. It was a handful of games and no system. So I'll go through these here. We got Donkey Kong Land, Tech Deck Skateboarding. This one, which I was super pumped to get, Buster Bros. I don't think I've ever had this one before. We got Frogger, T2 Terminator. For the Game Boy Advance, we got Racing Gears Advance, and then randomly a PS1 memory card. So I got all of that for $3, which was a sweet deal. I actually looked these up when I got home and was surprised to see that these are both $20, $25 games. So this one I'm going to be keeping for my collection. This one, I guess it just must be an uncommon game. I've never seen it before. So I asked if they had the system, and she said they had it somewhere but couldn't find it. And I actually stopped back there again this morning, Saturday morning, just to see if they had found it, and they hadn't, but she took my number down in case they find it. Anyway, from there we walked right across the street, actually, to a sale that was just getting set up. And actually this was the same sale that I found that Earthbound at last year. I got the Earthbound, the Suikoden 2, the Dreamcast system. There was a ton of stuff. I'll put a link to that video. I don't know if YouTube still lets me put them here, otherwise I'll put it down in the description for anyone who wants to check that out. But we walked over there right as they were bringing out a big stack of PlayStation 3 games. And after looking through them, there was nothing too great in here, so I'm going to go through these quickly, and then I'll let you guys know what I paid for all of them. We got Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Buzz Quiz World, Black Ops 2, Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock, MLB The Show 09, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, Tekken 6. This was the only empty case, unfortunately. Probably the best game they had, and it was the only empty case. Seen It, another random empty case. Guitar Hero Van Halen, Advanced Warfare, Grand Theft Auto Episodes from Liberty City, Batman Arkham Asylum, Call of Duty Ghosts, NASCAR 08, Black Ops 3, and Buzz Quiz TV. So I believe I offered her $20 for all of those. I think she was originally asking $2 a piece. There was 17 of them or so, 18 maybe. But she sold them all to me for $20, which was good because I only had 20s in my wallet anyway, and I wasn't going to pay $40 for all of those. So from there, we took a little bit of a drive up to the next town over to another sale that I bought a bunch of Xbox games from last year. And they still had some of the ones left over from last year that I didn't buy. But in the back of their garage, I found an Atari Flashback system. Looks to be all there with the cords and the paddle joystick controllers. They selected me for $5. And so that was all we found on Friday. Not a ton of stuff, but for only having, I think we probably went to a total of 8 or 9 sales. That was pretty good. So Saturday, though, was a whole lot better. I had my phone out filming on Saturday morning, so I will roll those videos for you guys here and then show you guys what I picked up. What is going on, guys? Justin here. It's Saturday morning, just after 7:30 a.m. I'm about to hit up some garage sales. There's not a ton going on this weekend because it is Memorial Day weekend, but had a decent morning yesterday for only hitting, a handful of sales. And I have 2 major leads for today. About to go check out a Sega Genesis and some games, and then after that I got someone else who said they had some N64, GameCube, Wii, PS1 games they were looking to sell, so hopefully going to go scoop those up as well. If I find anything else though along the way, I will definitely let you guys know. let's do this. Well, first sale of the morning, I just went and picked up that Sega Genesis that I had mentioned. It was in the box, which was nice. There's 7 or 8 games in that bag right there, along with a few other things that I bought from this sale. I gotta go find an ATM now because I spent all my cash, and I've got to go pick up those other games that I mentioned. So let's move on. So just went and picked up these. I won't be able to show them all right here, but I will show them in more detail in the video. There's some good ones in there, and I got them for a pretty sweet price. So got a few more sales to hit, and then I'll head home and film a video. So I just grabbed this Xbox here for $25, and I'm already kind of regretting it. They wouldn't go any lower on the price. It is one of like the, I guess, newer-ish 360s, but I think it's the 4 gig model. It just had the power cord with it. I'm hoping it works. The guy seemed kind of sleazy, so I don't know. Let's move on, and hopefully I can forget about this. So to patch up the wound a little bit from the 360 purchase, at the very next sale I got this PS2 bundle, PS2 Fat System, and a handful of games. Some of the cases are empty and everything's really dirty, but he sold it all to me for $15, so couldn't complain too much. I got a couple more sales to hit, and then we will call it a day. I'm running out of room in the front seat here. Just picked up, I won't be able to show them too well here, there's 31 Wii/DS games in there, mostly filler crap, but a couple decent ones, and I basically paid $1 a piece for them, so I will show them in more detail in the video. So here is that Sega Genesis system that I picked up from the first sale of the morning. I had been in contact with the lady that had this the night before, Friday night, and they weren't sure that they wanted to sell this, but they decided that they were going to sell it. So I cruised up there first thing on Saturday morning and grabbed this. I'll take it apart and do a close-up so you guys can see what was in here. It was the system, I still had the instruction manual. It had one controller, both the cords, and then the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was also in there. So it looked to be pretty complete. The box is in pretty nice shape, some wear along the edges and stuff here. I'll have to double check to see. I think I already have this model in the box, but I will double check on that. So in addition to the Sonic 2, it came with, I believe, 6 other games here. We got Batman Returns, True Lies, NHL Hockey, NHL 95, and College Football's National Championship. So he was asking $40 for it. I went ahead and paid them the $40 for it. You know, they weren't sure if they wanted to sell it in the first place, so I didn't want to like beat them up on the price or anything. Plus, I was there as they were still setting up, and $40 was a fair price for that system and the games there. So I was happy with that. So from there, I made my way back into my town, and that's when I stopped at that sale that had the Game Boy yesterday, just to see if they had it again, and they didn't. But I drove over to another sale that was holding on to some game stuff for me. I had been in contact with them as well, and I had just asked about video games the night before, and they weren't planning on selling any, but I guess they had some that they were looking to get rid of. And here was the deal with this. He had, I believe, like 13 or 14 games, and he listed them off for me, told me $5 a piece or $50 for everything. Well, there was like 9 of them that I wanted, so at $5 a piece that would have been $45, so at that point I was like, even though some of these I would never pay $5 for, it was a better deal just to pay the $50 for all of these, and you're about to see that it was a really good deal. So mixed mash of stuff here, a couple Super Nintendo cartridges. We got Mortal Kombat 3 and Madden 98. And then for the N64, probably the best part about this deal, and the best deal of the weekend for sure, we got Mario Party, the first one, Mario Party 2, and she still had the manual for some of these. This one is really damaged on the back, but at least she still had the manual. We got Mario Golf, Super Smash Bros. With the manual, and Donkey Kong 64 with the manual. So $5 a piece on those was pretty good. We got some Wii stuff here as well. Link's Crossbow Training, Mario Party 8, Cabela's Dangerous Hunts 2013, Madden 08, and Summer Sports 2. One PlayStation 1 game, which was Chrono Cross. One PS3 game, which was Air Conflicts Pacific Carriers. GameCube game, Mario Kart Double Dash. And then finally she threw these in for me, which was cool. A couple strategy guides, Donkey Kong 64 and Mario Party 2. So $50 for all of those was a sweet deal. Kind of a random mix mash of games. I'm assuming the guy has more that he didn't want to sell. You know, kind of weird ones that, you know, people don't really want to get rid of, like the Mario games and stuff. Those are the ones they still play, but he must have other games that he still plays. Who knows? Maybe I'll get them next year or something. Now moving on to a not so good deal. This was my regretful purchase of the weekend for sure, which I think I touched on in the intro clips there. But here's the Xbox 360 that I bought here. It is one of like the newer-ish models. I don't know if it's like the 4 gig or one of the better ones, but it was marked for $25 there. It came with the power cord, but it didn't have a controller or the AV cord. So I kind of tried to use that to get it for a little bit cheaper, like $15 or $20. But the guy wasn't budging on the price, telling me, oh, you know, it was only used like 3 times, even though it's all it's all scratched up. And he was trying to, and then so anyway, I gave him the $25 for it. And they had an Xbox One game up where they were taking the money. It was a sealed Madden 17 that they were asking $20 for. So I passed on that, but the guy was trying to convince me. He's like, yeah, he's like, you know, I modded that system so you can play Xbox One games in it. And I was just looking at him like, what? No, you didn't. So he seemed like kind of a sleazy guy. If I hadn't already given him the money for the system at that point, I probably just would have backed out of the deal. So I'm just hoping this works. And if it works, it won't be a bad deal, but I have a feeling that it's not going to work. But anyway, from there, I drove over to a sale that didn't have any video game stuff out, but there was like 3 different people there running it, and I asked if anyone had any game stuff. Someone mentioned a Wii that they weren't sure if they wanted to sell, but then one of the guys was like, well, I got a PlayStation 2 bundle. He brought this out for me, a PS2 Fat Bundle. Came with 4 first-party controllers, assuming they don't all work, but we'll see. And it had the cords with it here. He told me he bought it at a garage sale, I think, last summer for $20 and never even played it. So he sold it to me for $10. So I paid him $10 for that, and then he busted out a stack of games that he had here. Nothing special. There's a couple PS1 games in here. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, a beat-up saltwater sports fishing, and what's in here? Tony Hawk's Project 8 for the PS2 in the saltwater case. And then this stack of PS2 games I'll go through quickly. Guitar Hero 3, Lego Star Wars, Tiger Woods 2004, Vice City, GTA 3, Mortal Kombat Deception, and I think these last 2 cases were just empty cases. Maybe one of them's in the system. I don't know. I haven't opened that up yet. So I gave him an extra $5 for the games. So $15 for that whole bundle there. Was pretty good. Kind of unexpected. Usually they have this sale. It's at a local business. They have this sale every year, and usually I ask about game stuff, and they never had any. So it's kind of surprising that they decided to go in and get some for me this time. And then finally from there, I drove over to a sale. One of the last ones I had on my list for the day. And once again, they didn't have any game stuff out either, but there was a bunch of little kid stuff there. So I asked about video game stuff, and she was like, oh yeah, well my son was supposed to go through them. Let me go see if he's awake. She goes in the house, and sure enough, she comes out first with this big stack of DS games. That's half of them there, and here's the other half. And then as I was looking through these, the kid comes out with a big stack of Wii games. So there's nothing too special in here. She said $2 a piece, and I was looking through them, and there was a few in here that I would have picked out and gladly paid $2 for. But I was like, you know, I'll pick through them for $2 each. But if you want to sell all of them, you know, I'll give you $1 each for all of them. There's 31 of them, I think, here. She said 40, and we settled on 35. So I'm going to go through these quick because, like I said, there's nothing too great in here, but for just over $1 each, it was pretty good. We got Lego Star Wars, World of Zoo, Spore Creatures and Spore Hero Arena, Fossil Fighters, Snake Safari, Cabela's Dangerous Hunts 2011, Battle of Giants Dinosaurs, Transformers, Autobots, Lego Battles Ninja something. Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. Mario Kart DS. WarioWare DIY. Probably hang on to that one. TMNT. Might hang on to that one too. Brain Age and Lego Rock Band. That was all the DS games, and then for the Wii, we got Super Mario Galaxy, Cars Matter National, something, Just Dance 3, Star Wars The Clone Wars, Republic Heroes, Pac-Man Party, Cabela's Dangerous Hunts 2011, FIFA Soccer 2010, Shaun White Snowboarding, Cabela's Big Game Hunter 2010, Cabela's Monster Buck Hunter, FIFA South Africa, Epic Mickey, Tetris Party Deluxe, Matthew's Bow Hunting, lots of hunting games, and Cabela's Trophy Bucks. So all those for $35, nothing too special, but you know, the Mario Kart and the Mario Galaxy, the two highlights for sure. And that was it for the garage sales this weekend. I think the theme of this weekend, at least on Saturday, was you gotta ask, because I think everything that I found this, at least today, with the exception of that Xbox 360, I got because I asked. Either the night before I was talking to people about it, or when I got to their sale, I just said, hey, you know, I'm looking for video games, Nintendo, Sega, PlayStation, whatever. And that's how I found most of the stuff for the day. So I'm going to continue to use that method for the rest of the summer. I know sometimes it's hard when I get up at 7:30 in the morning. I'm super tired, occasionally like hungover. Like going garage selling is the last thing I want to do when you roll up to this old lady sale, and the last thing you want to do is ask for video games. But I think I'm going to do it from now on because look how it ended up today. So anyway, thank you guys for sticking around and checking out this video, and until next time, take care.